Our next guest is a mother, a teacher, a mentor, a wife, but she's also an author, but she's a Barbadian. Yes, indeedy. Her name is Andrea Echols. Good morning to you, Andrea.
Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Bowen. Thank you for having me.
You can simply call me Pearson. I call you Andrea, so that's fine, Andrea. Good to meet you indeed. Now, you're Barbadian. You live in New York. How long have you been living there now?
It's been around 28 years now.
Were you born here?
Yes, I was born in Black Rock, St. Michael, grew up in Station Hill, St. Peter, and Sweet Home Gap, Roadview, St. Peter.
Well, Oscar, you traveled across Barbados indeed. Have you had a chance to come home anytime recently?
Not recently, but I will be coming.
Note, Barbados, she will be coming very, very soon. And when you come, I'm sure you're going to go to Black Rock, you will go to Station Hill as well, and you'll reconnect with people and family and everything else. So how do you keep your Barbadian self as a Barbadian in New York?
So I was teaching, now I stay home and take care of my kids. I'm also a writer of 2 books and more on the way.
Where did you get this Barbados flag that is behind you from? Where did you get that from?
My husband actually bought the flag.
Yes. I love that you're repping who you are and who we are indeed. And so you've written a couple of books as well. These books are based on your experience, or they're just based on your imagination?
Yes, one is based on my experience from myself and my perspective, and then one tells a story, and also one tells about how to save young children saving.
Aha. Let's look at the one that's based on your own experience. Which one is that?
Okay, so I have my blended multicultural families, and this one tells of how I grew up in blended families, and it also tells about others' stories. It's a reflection of other people growing up in blended families as well. Not to take away from my own story, but other people live in these types of cultural dynamics and they feel alone, they feel left out. But it's been common then, and it's more common today that we live in these cultural family dynamics. I was a product of a blend. My mom from St. Vincent and my dad from Barbados. And then they got divorced and remarried, different people within the Caribbean, and then had children, and we came together. And it was just a blend, but different cultural blends.
But sometimes that is such a wonderful experience, and at the same time it can also be a difficult experience for some people. So your book is able to take that experience and be able to share how one can navigate oneself through a multicultural experience.
Definitely, it's done poetically, tells my story, but those out there, as I said, who share the same story.
Is it written for the child, or is it written for anyone of any age?
Anyone can read it, really. Anyone can read it, but primarily between the ages of 7 and 11, but anyone can read the book.
There's so many things one can learn by turning those pages of a book that looks at multiculturalism, because respect, tolerance, and there are many lessons. What are some of the lessons you think would come through the pages of My Blended Multicultural Families?
Definitely history of both parents, cultural, and the diverse interactions within the book that stems from different foods coming in on the plate from different places you can travel to.
Yes.
And definitely their background history. So all of that connected is definitely stories you can pass down to your children and bring it all together culturally.
You made it sound so exciting, really, to have had that kind of an experience. You know, the non-traditional experience of a multicultural family, you know, different cultures, different foods, different customs, different everything, but all blended beautifully indeed. And so My Blended Multicultural Families is one book where we can really explore it through the eyes of my good friend here, Andrea, and get to see how one navigates oneself through that kind of an experience. And then tell me about the other book that you've written now.
I wrote Louisa Teaches Mike How to Save last year
Ah.
of April. And this teaches young children how to save from early. This is an age where I think that children really need to learn that concept from the piggy bank bottle to the banks to the CDs to the investments to stock market. So I had a class on outschool.com where I was teaching teens how to start saving now for their future later. So that inspired me to write this book. I also tried to incorporate some Caribbean pictures to
Yes.
make it more Caribbean, the uniformity here with
Mm-hmm.
uniforms and so forth, and bring about that Caribbean feel to the book as well. But Louisa teaches her best friend Mike how to save, not only for now, but for his future.
And there's a part of an in the book where there's an activity as well, so that the lesson is embedded. So why did you decide to do that and include it in the book?
I love to have bonuses on all my books, so you will see that. But it's also a review concept for the book itself,
Mm-hmm.
and it can stem to other lessons that teachers can adapt and incorporate within their lesson if they choose, or
Mm-hmm.
parents. And also connects back to the book, a comprehension, vocabulary. Okay, and there's a space for writing as well.
Well, I'm
So
glad you,
it's
I'm
all
glad
in
you,
there. A
I'm glad you
bonus.
mentioned the teacher part because the book in itself, you're right, could become very much a part of a teaching experience as well. Teaching the child how to speak, and that can happen in the home, but it can also happen in the school environment where the book can become a part of the text, prepared text for children as well. This is fantastic. So for those watching this one who say, I want to get my hand on a copy of each of those books, where can we do so?
You can go to Amazon.com under Andrea M. Echols. It should be there presently. And I have a YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
So Andrea M. Echols there. I'm on Facebook. And also there is an email, ames22booklounge@gmail.com. Again, Ames, AMES, 22booklounge@gmail.com.
It's written by, these books are written by Barbadian. That's her face right there. Her name is Andrea Echols, Echols. She has a YouTube page. These books are also on Amazon. She is everywhere, but she's one of us. And so she's representing us beautifully this morning and creatively too in her offerings in the pages of her book. And so, Andrea, we wish you the very best. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. By the way, do you still have a taste for conkeys?
Oh, yes. My sister makes them, so I get some from her.
What? Your
And
sister,
thank you so much.
is she in Barbados? Your sister?
No, one of my sisters, she's here. She'll be
Uh-huh.
visiting soon.
All right, all right. I love it. I love it. Keep it up, Andrea. All the
Thank
best.
you so much.
With all of you, you're
Thank
very
you.
welcome indeed.
Good
Andrea
morning.
Echols.
Good
Good
morning.
morning indeed. Indeed. Andrea Echols, a Barbadian residing in New York. She's also the author of two beautiful books. We hope you get their copies very, very soon and explore through her experience and also explore through her experience all that, that we can learn from it.